Welcome to the Earn Hard Experience, episode cuatro, 4. Oh, and if you notice my hand, pay it no mind. It's what can I say? Personal issues, personal issues. Yes, but life goes on. Want to shout out to my fans, true fans, subscribers, and my haters. Oh, my haters. Ah, shout out to you all. This is the Earn Hard Experience, boy. I'm telling you. It's like a choo-choo train. It starts very small. I think I can, climbing that mountain. But eventually, God willing, uh, this all will catch on, and not only will I be able to reap the rewards, because obviously everybody knows when you start a podcast or whatever, you're trying to get followers. And then also for me as well, an influence, because I love influencing and I really get off on inspiring people to be better. I mean, not like I am not a life coach, by the way, or any kind of like that shit, but I just love energy exchanges and feeding off energy and giving energy. That way they can do what they need to do to better themselves. Basically, inspiration. I'm telling you, man, inspiration is something, especially when you are in a dark ass place, boy. And believe me, ladies and gentlemen, I've been there. But, anyways, welcome to the Earn Hard Show. This may be short, or this may be longer and way longer than usual. Depends on how I feel. Want to shout out to World of Strength. Let's see if I can get that up there nice and good right there. World of Strength. I love this channel. This channel was actually responsible for me seeing and then being inspired to want to tap my hat into the arm wrestling world. Appreciate you guys. And I figured I would, buy the shirt and support y'all. Unfortunately, my the Razor was going to be my guest today. I had changed my thumbnail and everything for that, but it's maybe it's a Canadian trick or something. I don't know. I'm hearing crickets. Oh, believe me, he had a surprise, David Kotlow. Thank you for that chat right there. Appreciate that, David Kotlow. Shout out to you as well, man. But I guess it's it's a one-man show, baby. That's why you never depend on others. Do it yourself, you know. So I do have one thing here, right? Like, just before I get into, and it's really just 2 points here that I have. I'm really winging it this time, ladies and gentlemen. But like I said in my previous episode, if you would like to follow me and see even earlier videos on my journey in my arm wrestling story, you can follow me on one of these 3 channels. That's Eric Harlan 15 YouTube, Eric Harlan 1 Instagram, and my full name, Eric James Harlan, on TikTok. All right, we have somebody trying to get in here. Oh shit! It's my twin. We got my twin coming in here.
What's the hot drama?
The hot drama. Well, my question is this one right here. Where is Nanya? Because, like, you already shared with me earlier, was it Iden LeMay's messages to you and everything? I don't know if you wanted me to share that or not.
Yeah, I'll share.
Basically, inside info, Nanya has some serious personal issues going on, basically. And, I can actually, for who I am, what I go through in my life roundabout, I can actually understand that shit does happen. So.
Yeah, but he had a match at AWU, so he had and he canceled that, and then he had a match, I guess, this next weekend that supposedly is not happening either. So that's 2 big super matches all canceled for whatever reason. I don't know the reason of this one because it's more local and it's not really a drive or a flight or anything. But I was told that he's off there too.
I don't know. I mean, because if I recall, he lives in Pennsylvania. New York is it's probably a few hour drive at least, right?
But that's still not like flying to Houston. I mean, that's not far. But what happened to him, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe he's retiring from the sport. Yeah. Who knows what's happening?
Yeah, I mean, shit, I ain't gonna lie. I've been kind of thinking about it on and off myself for a few times. I'm like, this really is something, especially in your early goings as an arm wrestler in your journey, what have you. It's a real tester because, mostly 9 times out of 10, any arm wrestler who has ever started in this sport is just some average Joe Schmo working a regular job or a middle class job. And they, find out really quick that, unless you're at that a certain level, you ain't going to be making no money. It's a long grind that's going to take years, basically. This ain't going to be this ain't going to be like, figuratively speaking, like the Ultimate Warrior or Bill Goldberg coming into an industry and then like less than a year or so, they're fucking making like millions of dollars and they're popping off and everything. Arm wrestling just is not that kind of sport.
I mean, take arm wrestling, take learning a new instrument. All that stuff takes at least a year or 2 to get over the hump. And most people drop before that because it's hard, or their fingers hurt, or their elbow hurts, or their forearm hurts. And so a lot of people drop by then. So if you can get past that 2-year mark, I think people stay a lot longer. But you get one bad injury. For me, like even on the Friday before the event, my elbow popped twice, and now I'm like, I don't want to mess it up now. I'm worried about that. So I'm sure guys have things that happen and then they pull away from the sport and go do something else.
Yeah. So are you gonna return to the table right-handed, or are you gonna switch left-handed?
No. I mean, for me, I wasn't really pulling much anyway. But when I go to pull just a little bit, that one day my elbow started making popping sounds. So to me, I'm like, it's not even worth it for me to even risk my arm breaking or my elbow having a major issue over something like that. So to your point, I think a lot of guys, if they're not really serious about the sport and they have something like that happen, a lot of them will just step away. It's like, especially if you're in a job or something where you need to have your hands and arms to do things, which are most jobs. I don't even blow my elbow out.
Yeah. I mean, for real. I mean, and I need my hand. Like, I mean, I was still able to do my job today and everything, aside from my swollen ass right hand. That I can just that's all the movement I can really. I mean, it gets really tight right there when I start to squeeze real hard, and then even just doing that's as far as I can rise up right there, and you can see the fatness and everything. But
I've heard guys that pull a lot and they're like mechanics and they can't even turn wrenches the next day at work. They'll be at work trying to tire.
Yeah.
Can't use their hands for work. I'm thinking I wouldn't want to be in a sport where I can't even do my job. Like my job's in jeopardy because of that. Ah, shit.
Gotcha.
But where is
I gotta say though?
Yeah, I don't know where Nunya is.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully he comes back and has some matches. But it's hard for me to be on the Nunya bandwagon when he pulled out of AW and he pulls out of another super match. But
yeah, I mean, my thing with Nanya that I don't understand and I think is so retarded. I mean, and I can only assume because I feel like I know, but I'm not 100%. But he's been doing that, social media thing with his ex-old lady and whatever, trying to make quick money or whatever. This motherfucker does just not realize the kind of presence he could have if he was running a show like this and had a social media presence on YouTube, or any social media platform, or all of them in general. He just is totally like not seeing the longer view there. Because like I remember interviewing him shortly after his Paul Italia match, right? And he was my guest. He came on, whatever. I mean, that live that I did right there with him and everything got almost 400 fucking views. That's my highest viewed live stream video to date right now. Way by far.
I mean, he was riding the big high after Paul Italia, so in my opinion, he should have kept that high going with some matches quicker than now, because now it's been so long.
Yeah.
And he's pulled out of matches, so people are kind of losing respect for him. People don't really care what he does next. So he missed the wave of riding that high, in my opinion. But not saying he can't get it back, but he's lost.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, when you got personal issues and stuff, I mean, shit does happen. I mean,
yeah, of course.
I mean, I had so much time between when I got sponsored and everything, and I just knew right off the rip that there was going to be any and everything stopping me from trying to go to Houston, Texas. And boy, was I right. But it's one of them things that in a way you got to fight for, because like I wasn't going to miss my moment.
So when is your rematch with Clinton planned? What's the next set for that?
It's gotta be, and it's gonna be sometime after March 1st, for real. He has made a comment on not to wait all the way until the next AWU 6 that will possibly happen, which nothing is confirmed.
Too long. That's like a year away, potentially a year, if it happens. But yeah, that's too far away. You guys got to do it sooner than that.
Yeah, and that's what he was saying. So I don't know, but I do know he is serious about coming to me. So I mean, round 2 of.
All right, I'm gonna smash your boy, guys. I'm gonna smash your boy.
The issue is the longer that doesn't happen, it can fade out pretty quickly too. So if you guys. You're on a high right now because you had the match, but I bet in 3 months he may not care about it. So you got to strike while the iron's hot if you want.
Well, I mean, yeah, and I understand that, but unfortunately, I mean, I did contact Kyle Spots, who's a co-runner of the Pull of the Mountain Super Series that I did this last April with my first legit super match that I had right and left-handed with Brandon Baggett. So that is an option, but I don't know when they're doing their next Super Series. I talked to Glenn Brooks, who runs the Alabama State Championship tournament that they do, and they're guaranteed over 200 entrances, by the way. Yeah, I mean, you can shit on that if you want.
Hey, big whoop. I got to go. Bye.
All right. See you later. Appreciate you. But as I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, Glenn Brooks this year next year, which is March, as opposed to this year, to the one that I competed in this year. this past February, if I remember correctly. He's not doing super matches, so I mean, I tried. I seriously tried, but Pull of the Mountain Super Series is an option. It's just a matter of Kyle letting me know, when they're going to do another one sometime after March 1st. Okay. Moving on. All right. For the ones interested in seeing Alex Toprol's beautiful 4K footage, not only of your boy, but any arm wrestler or the whole show, basically in a nutshell, it's less than 20 minutes. If you go to YouTube and type this in right here, or go to at Alex Toprol, Arm Wrestling TV, like, subscribe, share, and comment. I'm sure he'd greatly appreciate it. But that clip so far has gotten like 20+ thousand views so far, almost 1,000 likes, buku of comments. But yes, if you're interested in seeing this, seeing your boy perform, I actually have the full version on my YouTube channel, and it's talking about my Clinton Pickering match. It's like 14. It's less than 15 minutes long. Hearing the crickets again. I guess a lot of people are busy on a Tuesday night. It is a work day. One thing I do find ironic here as of late is that my competitor, 98 Ryan Grindin, been doing some shit on a Tuesday night. Find that kind of interesting. What the fuck? But I mean, it is what it is. So I watched some more of the East versus West matches. Again, like I said in the previous episode, I looked more at it the other day. And I gotta say, man, because if you know your triangle, the flop wrist press defeats in general the King's move. But Kujos and congrats to Monster Michael Todd. I finally was able to see the Yoshi Kanai versus Todd Hutchings. And that was an interesting one because as far as I have heard and know of, which is very little, I do remember Yoshi Kanai in Pulling John, which is a documentary movie you can buy. I've had it and purchased it, 2 years ago or so. But Yoshi Kanai is an OG of the sport, and he's battled John Brzenk multiple times. I mean, was it 99, 2001, 2003, 6, and like 2016, I believe, was the year where Yoshi Kanai was able to finally beat the GOAT, John Brzenk, in a older, ripe, age and what have you. And John, he was probably in his 50s at that time. That was a grinder of a match. This guy I've been kind of keeping a loose eye on, Alizan Muratov. This cat, boy, I'm telling you, this cat is kind of scary. One thing I'm wondering though is like, what the fuck is up with my Unger Bayev, bro, man? Unger Bayev had a Keter Golly, Unger Bayev, man. He had a run there, and I really like this cat. The reason why I like this cat, and he kind of gets me thinking about John Perry. Very scrawny, not much muscle, but he's got muscle, if you know what I mean. He doesn't look intimidating, and he doesn't look very strong, built like a tennis player or whatever. But oh man, Unger Bive, he's taken some hits here. You know, Todd Hutchings got him, and a few other cats. But I mean, the way he beat Irakli in that top roll game was fucking ninja sick. I mean, that was some nasty shit. Ooh. Uh, what else can we talk about, or what do we want to talk about? Huh? Where are those comments at? Let's go. I know I at least got one person watching, which is which is not saying a lot, you know. I mean, but yeah, what have I been up here to lately? Nothing. To tell y'all the truth, and I must confess, this past weekend I had scheduled to meet one of my original guys I used to train with in the original group that I started with. And I woke up that day and I was like, I just wasn't in the mood. You know, I'm actually resting, and of course, you know, with this shit, you know, I definitely got to rest now. Um, it's just to tell y'all the truth, heart and soul, 100. You know, being in this sport, I have sacrificed time with my youngest daughter, and it's just one of them things, you know, that you know, because you know, when my ex fiance, you know, uh, left me, and originally I had cut it off with her, and then she jumped ship. She jumped on that ASAP, and then of course, you know, a few days later, I was like, you know, let's rehash it or whatever. She didn't want nothing of it, so you know, that was the end officially right there a few years ago. It's actually been a while. It was actually before my arm wrestling career, but I basically pivoted, you know, with arm wrestling. Yeah, I actually started doing the arm wrestling, or sorry, the internet video gaming thing, and getting acclimated and very competitive in that sphere online and everything, and making a lot of friends and parties and stuff. You know how they do on the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, you know, with the gaming and everything. You got like multiple groups you can chime in, talk shit, have a match, or a match with you all in one, you know, and shit like that. Good memories, good stuff. There's one guy who lives in Oregon who has my phone number. I still talk to this cat, you know, and he's way younger than I am. But yeah, I pivoted with arm wrestling, and I've been making sacrifices doing this sport. But now, after this, in my eyes and experience, what have you, at AW5, I'm just wanting to chill out for a little bit now, and so I'm chilling, you know. And then, of course, you know, got to rest my hand, going to work, donating plasma, you know, doing my thing. Uh, Wondering where my guest is at. I guess he's not going to show up. That's really unfortunate because he did have a certain surprise for somebody who's also a Canadian. And for you people who don't know, the Razor is a part of the Ottawa High Hookers, and that's Devin Larratt's territory right there. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's funny. I've been resting, but my left arm is still looking pretty fat, looking pretty good. You know, my pronators and everything coming out and everything. Been taking this supplement. It's by Muscle Tech, right? It's called Alpha Test, and it's got Shilajit, Tribulus. It's got some kind of like broccoli extract or whatever in it, and other shit in it. And I've been taking this shit for a few months now, and I haven't been trying to lose weight or anything. But I mean, even Cody Wood, was it like 3 weeks ago at Paul Passmore's practice? He just straight up like, "Hey man, you're looking a little thin there, a little smaller." And I mean, I'm not even trying, I'm still doing me with the drinking, and I mean, I don't eat necessarily like garbage. I have basically 2 meals a day and maybe a snack or two in between. So, and I did come across something here recently this past week with Justin Bishop uh, about not eating past 6 p.m. So he may be on to something right there. And then also, his other point was drinking water. Uh, a lot of water, not extremely a lot, but drinking water basically. I guess whenever you get cravings or whatever, and this and that and the third, kind of like a mediocre fast. And I've always, even before I started taking this supplement, the Alpha Test stuff, I also, ever since the beginning, I've been taking ashwagandha. Because of what it can do for the body and everything, and even emotionally and stuff for mood stabilization. I always have been taking my collagen powder peptides, always been taking that. But here, like I want to say around maybe 3 months ago or so, I did start getting a natural intake of collagen through drinking bone broth, and more specifically beef, because it's got more protein in it. Okay. Another thing that I've integrated here a little bit is doing a post very lightweight, high rep, over the table though, rise, cut, roll. I actually did a short video on this when I did it my first time. After an arm wrestling practice, you do this, and come to find out, it's actually a hidden secret among arm wrestlers to actually get stronger and shit, and supposedly recover faster too. And I believe there is something to that. Another thing I can tell you that I do, I think I started this a few months ago as well, and a lot during the week. I mean, is Epsom salt baths. Oh yes, love them. And the heat really helps with blood flow as opposed to doing cold therapy. Because when you do cold therapy, it and not an it cuts off the nutrients to where they need to go. There's not blood flow, whatever. It does help with the pain, but I mean the heat therapy helps with the pain and gets the blood flow. So I mean it makes more sense to do heat therapy, in a bathtub, with submerging your upper body and everything in a bathtub with Epsom salt. And there's quite a few different kinds you can use. They even have one that's called a detox. I tried it once just out of curiosity, and I'm not so sure about that shit. Because, like, I was jokingly getting drunk on purpose, and then I took this bath, and I don't know, it was silly. I mean, just. Yeah. Hold on a sec there, Ben. We have Ben Leggett,
What's up, buddy?
the new, in his first year, up-and-comer grinder. And according to some of you boys, they think we're very similar in some kind of way.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't really know. There's so much shit talking going on after AWU.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And it's actually funny because when I was at AWU, I thought I had it all down packed. Dude, I went back to practice. I got my ass chewed out, bro. Everything I learned, I didn't do. Everything like with technique, where I put my elbow in the pad, I didn't do none of that, bro. I don't know if my nerves were bad. I don't know what happened, but I completely failed everything I went at and just like tried to brute strength it. It was the weirdest. I don't know, bro. I don't know what happened.
Well, my first question is, and I mentioned this to you actually yesterday, because like when I was commentating, bro, I was seeing it, and I'm like, Ben, you're dumping your riser, bro. You're giving Perry all that shit. What are you doing? I mean,
Yeah.
you can go back to the live footage as my witness. You
No,
know, I was like,
I heard
dude.
so I heard you say that, and Perry told me after the match, he was like, I was fucking you in the setup, huh? And I was like, really? He was like, yeah, but the ref kept looking at you because you were above my knuckle, but he didn't look at me. And every single round, I fucked you. And I was like, really? He was like, yeah. But also another thing was, I thought Perry's right arm was not dominant. I thought it was his party arm. And he told me, he was like, no, this is my dominant arm. And I was like, man, why aren't we having a matchup then? Like, my right isn't nothing. Like, it's like for fun, basically. And he was like, man, I told you it was my dominant. But, he say, she say. I never heard that. From what I heard, I put it in the chat, hey, whoever's bad on the right arm and has only been in it for a year or less, let me know. And Perry said, I'm good. I'm bad on my right. But apparently that was just dominant he talked. So, yeah, dude, I mean.
I do that in between, by the way. I'm not muting you. It's just something that I've integrated into my show and everything just to give a comic relief or what have you. But he trolled your ass on that one and lied.
Yeah, I thought it was his party hand. And then I got a match.
Yeah.
I got a match actually coming up with Daniel Davis in Mississippi on the 17th this Sunday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, on my left hand. I beat him at Mississippi State for first place, and then he wants his rematch.
That was this like a few months ago, right?
I think it was like 4 or 5 months ago. Yeah, maybe 6. Yeah, about 4, 5, 6 months ago. Yeah.
I thought there was a Mississippi something here just like a few months ago, though. Just like, Clinton Breland was there. Yeah, fucking Seth was there.
Stillman came with me. Cole came with me. Man, I'm trying to remember. Yo, baby. How long ago was Mississippi State? How long ago was Mississippi State? And Hattiesburg?
Bruh.
Months. I don't know, bro, but oh, I'm sorry, baby. I'm on live. I was saying, how long ago was Mississippi State? She's talking to me through the baby cam now. Never mind, baby.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you did have a child here recently. That's right. I forgot about that briefly. Woo, look at that. Oh yeah, daddy time.
Yeah, that's my son.
I know what that's like, man. I know what that's like.
Oh yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah, man. But how long you been pulling for?
I've been pulling since September 2022. I'm over 2 years into the game.
I don't know why everybody keeps saying we're similar. I don't get it.
What it might be is maybe your drive to be so great and what have you. Maybe that's it.
I'm gonna be great. I know that. I know it takes time, and I know it's like a huge journey. It's not like a, it's not a sprint. It's a, it's not a, it's a marathon.
Yeah. I mean, that's what Paul Italia has told me too in a personal conversation, and he's right. I mean, but like I was saying earlier, it's just was synonymous with what you were saying. That's probably why even David Kotlow and them are predicting some people are going to drop off. Hell, I ain't gonna lie. I've been on and off thinking about just going back to internet gaming or some shit, but I haven't made that decision yet, because like I shared earlier in this live last weekend, and this ain't like me, and my buddy said this because like this guy has seen me from the beginning grow,
Right.
at the
Right.
very beginning. He's one of my he's like the last of the Mohicans, because like Blake kicked the bucket August last year. Mason here recently I trained with on a Wednesday, and then after that he fucking he's been like dead. And Jonathan said something too. It's like, yeah, he's probably having some personal issues. It's like he ain't said nothing to me or Jonathan. I call Jonathan Doc though, from that Western movie Tombstone
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
He works for the 5-Star Nutrition. So whenever I have questions or whatever, nutrition wise, whatever, I always ask him. But anyways, this past weekend beforehand, I had scheduled a practice with him, just me and him at his place. And I woke up that morning, man, and I didn't feel like training. I just called it in. I hit him up. I was like, yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm just going to rest. And
You know what happened? You know what happened? I know what happened. You won. You think you're there, and you're not fucking there.
no.
No, but that's what happened.
Well,
No,
I mean, I kind of do.
No, that's reality, though. You won, and you were like, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to win. But now you have to take it up another level, dude. You like, dude, I'm going to be honest. I came in this motherfucker, the huge underdog on every single match, bro. Like, I went against John McCool, who's been doing it for 5 years, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like,
that dude was small, by the way.
yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. He was a pretty small guy.
No, he was, but he knew what he was doing. He's been doing it for 5 years. Another thing, I'll go up against Seth Corley. Guess what? Seth is a big 220, 230 guy who came in at 210, 215. That's a big dude. He pulls the tournaments at 220. I mean, let's be fair here. These guys that I went up against, I challenged myself. And guess what? I lost. And that's okay with me. I went back to the drawing boards, which I've already started, and I just started training again and again and again. It's like, bro, it's impeccable to tell you how my mind is working right now. It's on a whole new level. Like, dude, I'm telling you, when because a bunch of us from Louisiana won. I didn't win any, but a bunch of my buddies won. But they also lost a few. So when we came back, bro, we figure out and watch tapes of everything we did wrong, what we could have did better, or not even what we did wrong, what we could have worked on. And we started working. It's been 2 weeks. Yeah, you're not going to get like insanely strong, but like the first practice I went back, I started retraining how I started in the beginning with on the pad. And I started doing a lot better, had a lot more advantage, had a lot more leeway with my pronation when my arm got kind of extended out. Like, things just kind of started clicking again. And to hear you say, like, man, I'm kind of in between, like, either going back to gaming or like arm wrestling, and kind of like, I went kind of in the motivation to go that day, and I kind of want to stop. It's like it's kind of sad to see somebody with potential do that because, like, yeah, you got that win, but now it's time to really challenge yourself, dude.
Yeah, well, the thing about that is supposedly it wasn't a win.
You talking about
My
against?
opponent was injured, unbeknownst to me. I mean, because I did not know this until the next day when me and Clinton Pickering were talking, and then he let me know finally way afterwards. Because, like, I mean,
Wait, so Clint was injured?
Clinton had a thumb injury that, but even before the event, he had contacted David Kotlow on, and David Kotlow confirmed it. And so, yeah, he wasn't supposedly 100. But my thing is if that was really true, why the fuck did he pull Austin Jennings, who is obviously not a pushover, afterwards? And he had a grinder of a match where he lost 3-2. So my question is how injured were you really? You know?
Right. I mean, I know Austin. Austin can pull for hours, dude. That's pretty insane. He was pulling actually the night before. Were you there for the before party or no?
No, I
No.
was not there.
Okay, so like
I
before,
didn't.
dude.
I wanted to be there, but because uh, according to my location and how much it was going to be for me to get an Uber there and everything, I
Yeah.
just went to the fucking Bombshell like I did. Got to see some ass and titties.
So basically, the night before that, like on Friday, they pulled out an arm wrestling table. I pulled one time on my right, and I pulled hard with me and Austin Jennings. I pulled hard. I did pretty good. He beat me, and like that dude can slam me. But anyways, I pulled to my right, but him and John McCool were pulling for like a long time. Like a while, bro. And then we had
Yeah.
AWU the next day, and these guys were full pulling again. So I knew immediately when I seen John McCool pulling the day before our tournament. I knew this. I knew he was not worried about me a single bit. I knew
Yeah.
that, and I knew, I knew that I probably overstepped my limit on my opponent, and I should have did way more research than I did. And next time, I'll pick my opponents. I won't just let David Kotlow
Yeah,
pick my opponent.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
I like the way you think because, like, Andrew Yakovich, in my opinion, was talking shit ever since the beginning, saying he was the underdog and shit. I just, and this is the ironic thing, right? My big match was with Clinton. The Yak match was a yak, basically. It was a hoot. But when I rehashed it with him, after we had first talked about it, and then I threw it to the side and said, fuck this match. Because, like, I do my homework on my opponents, and I was able to do that with Yak because Yak is actually pretty well known in his circle. He's been on it's a prominent arm wrestling group on uh, Facebook and stuff, and they had a YouTube channel. He was interviewed by them and everything. But I had studied all his right-handed matches, and with me and Mac Ruiz is the guy who is with the Dragon's Den, little short videos he'll do with Cody Wood on technique and this, that, and the third. Mac Ruiz is a great mind and everything, etc. Great coach. And we studied and trained for that more than for the Clinton Pickering match. Tell you that right now. And because, like, and I was right. Yak's weak on the inside, and he did not like me getting that high posting shit that I was. But my mind frame and everything during that is I got the hit and I got my answer, but trying to get back to it and everything, I didn't take that match. I mean, I even lifted my sunglasses up on the second round because it really, in a way, I was kind of like a little ticked off or what have you. And I just didn't take this match as serious as I did with the Clinton Pickering match because,
Right.
you know, my right arm is not my arm. My left arm is.
Right. That's
You know,
same here.
and
Yeah.
it's basically been a journey too for that to actually register when if you look at my history and stuff, even going back to September last year with the FAL, the Florida Arm Wrestling League, when I went there with Paul Italian and all them, I performed better left-handed than my right, but for some reason it just didn't click yet until uh, you know, several months later, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
but
look, Eric. I'm about to hop off here and feed my baby. I figured I'd hop on for a little while and talk to you.
yeah, I appreciate you coming on, brother.
Absolutely. You take care, buddy.
Yeah, you too, man.
All right, man. Bye.
All right, that was a good talk right there. I think we'll end it on this note, unless I magically get some kind of guest who wants to pop in here and chop it up a bit. I don't know. Maybe I could, you know, just, you know, fart around or let the let the crickets chirp. You know. Um, but yeah, basically, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just chilling right now. I'm not training. I'm not even exercising. I do get a nice little pump at work and stuff. I actually felt pretty strong today in a certain area, you know, lifting these buckets and what I do at my job. Um, I felt pretty strong, you know, and I'm not doing anything at all. I'm just chilling, you know, I'm resting my bones, which is not a bad thing because technically, you know, after an arm wrestling, a good, you know, and only arm wrestlers know what I'm saying when I say this terminology. But when you actually have a good arm wrestling practice, yeah, I mean, take you a month off and those tendons, or even just 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you know. Um, but yeah, being in this game so long, you know, I hear what Ben Leggett is saying, and I haven't given up yet. I'm just resting. I'm chilling, you know. Uh I don't think realistically, obviously, that I've hit, you know, I've hit my peak here. I don't think that. It's just I did what I really wanted to accomplish here and then I left. I wasn't very social. I was mostly to myself, and that's just how I am in person. When it comes down to the show or the event or whatever, I'm very serious. I'm to myself, and I had my headset on. I was listening to music, and I was just ready to go. And I performed, and I left. Um, the unfortunate thing is now my win is being diminished because of certain facts, and I got a little bit of problem with that, but that can also be a motivator as well because it's like I know I need to push hard. I didn't train as hard as I could before the match, and I told Clinton this, and I told him I'd, you know, kind of drag him through the mud, but not really because, you know, all in all, I have respect for Clinton Pickering, and good luck with him and his event that he's throwing in December. Um, I would love to know how that Austin Jennings match goes. That's got $1,000 on it. Because I know that's going to be big for him. That's going to be big, not even just financially and being the promoter of the event and stuff like that, but I know it's going to be big for him because he's really a warrior and he has that hunger. He has the eye of the tiger, basically. And for right now, I kind of don't have it, you know?
What the fuck?
Yeah, it is what it is. You know, I was the winner, so he's got to come to me. And he's already stated, you know, I've stated, you know, made this known, but yeah, he'll come to me. And so I'm going to play it that way. I'm going to play this comfortably. I'm not going to sweat it. March 1st, I'm planning on going with a very hot woman. Hopefully, she can make it with me because she has said she wants to go. Straight up, ladies and gentlemen. She said she wants to go and she ain't got to worry about nothing because I know how much it'll cost me to get there, get the motel at the Key West, which is like 3 minutes away from the venue. And there'll be 2 beds there. So, like, if she, hopefully she's a runner and she's a track star. I'm telling y'all right now, I want to smash that for real. Hopefully she can make it. She said she wanted her to go, so I mean, yeah. But I have a plan B. I do have a plan B. But yeah, I think we'll just go ahead and cut it off here. There's no need to go any longer. Trying to think of anything else I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, what I got going on. Really ain't too much, because like I said, I'm resting. Really trying to get my priorities in order. I guess in a sense, and keeping my eyes on multiple things, social media wise, keeping up somewhat with the trends, you know, in the arm wrestling community and stuff like that. Arm wrestling news with Pradeep Sai. I mean, bro, you need to change it up, man. You're constantly talking about Devin Larratt, Levon Saganishvili, Dennis Saplankov. I mean, come on, bro. Give the underground some fucking light, man. I mean, come on. Is that all you can talk about on your fucking show? Is all those motherfuckers? I mean, it's every time, and believe me, Pradeep Sai, I somewhat keep up with your shit, man. But goddamn, man, you got to change it up. I mean, look at my setup. I changed my background. You know, I changed coloring and everything. What I talk about on my shows and stuff. You know, must be nice being at your level though, because you can get away with it, you know? Yeah. But you know, come on, man. Help a bro out. Because like Captain Pretentious really wanted your attention and a super match. You never hit him up on that one. But it is what it is. You know, some people just don't follow clout, you know, and this, that, and the third. But anyways, want to thank you all for, you know, for the 2 people who hopped on. We talked, the Wise Man and Ben Leggett. Thank y'all for watching. Shout out again to my true fans and subscribers. And my haters. I love you guys. Stay tuned for episode 5 of the Earnhardt Experience. Probably I'll have some more sensational things to tell you. But for right now, I mean, we're chilling. It's the end of the year. Holidays are coming. slow down time, basically. Yeah. And y'all be safe, be responsible, and stay strong. Love arm wrestling. Peace.